Welcome to episode 3 of Tales from the Walk-In. I am one of your hosts, Hot Sauce Tuna Sandwich, a.k.a. Victor Futrell. We have...
Kitty cat. It's Katie. I'm here today, guys. Yes, I am fucking feisty today.
And Clay.
Strong back Zaddy in the building.
Strong
Jesus
back
Christ.
Zaddy. It's a thing. You
It is
just
a
like
thing.
relax and let it flow.
I can't call myself that, though.
All right,
I'll
so
let you-
That's fine.
let us introduce our very special guest, a person that is very influential in my restaurant career, Jason la Iocona. He is the shit. He has a podcast called Fuck You Depression, and y'all should definitely check that out on anywhere you can listen to it. Let's give a shout out to Jason. Let's take a shot for Jason, man. Check your glasses up, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Not bad.
All right. Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it, man.
Man, no worries, dude, man. Thanks for coming in, man. It's been a while since we have actually seen you. My first time seeing you since COVID.
Yeah. We ran into each other at
210 Jack.
210 Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like no time had passed. Yeah.
Swinga.
I'm really proud of you though for putting this together and everything. Yeah, I'm excited.
Thanks,
Dude.
man.
Yeah.
But shit, man, tell. I don't want to talk too much about you. I'll tell everybody that's listening about you, man. Is
Okay.
Jason
All
la
right.
Iocona.
All right. My name's Jason. I moved to Nashville fucking 2014 from the Chicagoland area. I've been cooking since I was 15. I won't tell you how old I am, but it's more than a couple decades. And yeah, I play drums. I'm a drummer for a band here in Nashville called Hellfire Revival.
Oh shit, lit.
Little shameless self-promotion.
All about the plugs here, man.
Yeah,
Plug
man.
yourself.
Well, all right. And like you mentioned, I started a podcast called Fuck You Depression late last year. And aside from that, I got back into cooking towards the end of last year and found my new kitchen home. So
Where are you at now?
it's good. It's a restaurant called Miel,
Mhm.
which is both Spanish and French for honey.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I say meow and people think I'm saying meow. I'm like,
Kitty cat.
that'll take you to a different website. So. Yeah, but I mean, I've been in this industry since I was 15, and yeah, it's one of those things where, you know, you're cooking, you're doing something for like 8 years, trying to figure out what the fuck you're gonna do with your life. And then you're like, oh shit,
This is what I do.
why don't I just do this? I think I've been doing this. So I just kind of like accidentally fell into it and was like, you know what? Maybe I'll pursue this.
I mean, you're fire at what you do, by the way.
Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I've never had it.
You've never had this cooking. You should. You should
No,
go,
I've never had
go
this
check out
cooking.
Miel when he's working. We should
Where's
go
it
out there.
located?
It's in the Nations, right across from Hattie B's, behind this dairy. It's like an ice cream shop.
Oh,
No.
Bobby's Dairy Dip.
There it is. Yep.
I know all about Bobby's.
Bobby's Dairy.
We were actually featured in a magazine, I think it was like 3 years ago, and they said, they described it as the place right behind Bobby's Dairy Dip's dumpster.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know.
See, I've seen your Insta, and y'all do like small plates there.
Yeah, we got like happy hour and do that. We have some tasting dinners, and I mean, we do large plates too, where we'll get a whole pig's head from Bear Creek Farm.
Oh shit.
And that's like a 3-day operation where we'll brine it, and then I'll get in at like 8 a.m., start roasting it, and I'll do it for 2 days straight until the skin's like crackling. And I mean, you can almost pull the skin completely off like a helmet, and then the meat is just like
That's fucking nuts.
falling
Good.
apart, man.
So
Yeah,
what-
so that's our large plate special.
That sounds
Yeah,
delicious. First of all,
I
yeah.
don't know if I want a pig's head, bro.
I
Why
think-
not?
I've had everything else. I've never had the head of a
Man, I eat
pig.
everything on the
Yeah.
cow but the moo, man.
Okay.
Well, I think it's one of
Noted.
those things that people say where they're like, you know, I never thought I needed this in my life until they get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to be honest, I had never cooked a pig's head before until I got there. And then my first week we had an order for one. Then the second week, then the third week, then the fourth week, and I was like, shit, man, I thought this was an every once in a while thing, but
Cooking pig's head.
yeah, it's exciting, man. It's really good. And Bear Creek Farm, I mean, they're fucking awesome. I've been working with them for a long time.
Yeah, we most restaurants in Nashville get their meat from Bear Creek, especially nowadays, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when we worked together at Finna Pearl, the burger was from Bear Creek, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So big shout out to Bill and Leanne. Love you guys.
Shout out to Bill and Leanne.
Yeah.
Shit, man. I guess like today was cool, man. We went to a USBG meeting today. That was fucking awesome.
It was
Uh,
Uncle Nearest rep.
yeah, Speedy, the Uncle Nearest rep, man. He
What was that?
Uncle Nearest is it's a whiskey brand. It's actually the guy that taught Jack Daniels how to make whiskey, man. He was a slave.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, a few years ago, his great granddaughter,
Great, I think.
granddaughter,
Yeah.
she pretty much wanted to,
Master Distillery of the Year.
yeah, she
Holy shit.
Yeah.
first African American female to be master distiller, like
Oh, God
Yeah.
damn.
Over all the whiskey that's out there. Like, yeah, she won.
That's fucking huge, man.
Yeah.
So it was a
Well,
cool
shit,
thing.
I'll take a drink to that.
Yeah, it was
fucking-
I'll drink some
pretty
tequila
dope.
to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was pretty dope.
Man, that's awesome. So you guys went and they had like a little
Little mixer, man. They had like
Yeah.
food. This place called Willie B's looks really nice on the inside.
They had it at Willie Beats.
They had it at
Yeah.
Willie B's. Yeah.
Creole cooking.
Where's that at?
Buchanan Street, right across from Slim and Husky. Shout out to Slim and Huskies.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love those guys.
Great guys, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're fucking killing it now. They're
Dude, when are they not? They never stop.
they don't.
They really
Yeah.
don't. It's like every time I turn around, they're literally like
Another
open up
one's
a new
opening up.
location.
Seriously?
Like dope. I ain't even mad at it. So yeah, whenever y'all want to pop on this podcast, what's up? We want
For
to talk.
real.
We
Hell
want to
yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the one in Atlanta is booming, man.
Then they open up one in Memphis too?
They got one in Memphis.
And there's about to be one downtown.
Yes.
And I think they were looking. Did they open up one in LA, or they were going? Are they going to open up one in LA or
I
something
think
like
so.
that?
I think I remember seeing that. I don't know. It's like every time I turn around, they're literally like, it's like a new restaurant in Nashville every week. There's something new opening.
Yeah.
Even in a pandemic.
Yeah. Like,
Even
go
in
ahead,
a
Slim
fucking
and Husky.
Can't
pandemic,
slow us down.
it doesn't.
It's such a smart
stop.
concept, man.
Oh, it's totally like plug and play. Like
Fucking pizza.
Yeah.
Tell me what you want, put it on that motherfucker. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So-
They got an awesome team. The way they operate, they're
Yeah.
dynamic. It's like you got the idea man, you got the location scout, and you got like the logistics. So it's like everybody's got a strength that they play to, and it's just watching that come together. Like those guys are unstoppable.
They
really
are,
are.
man. Shout out to TSU because
Yeah.
those guys went to TSU, man. Shout out to them. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
For sure.
So, Jason, what about your podcast, man? Fuck you depression, man. What is that about for the people that don't know? Besides saying fuck depression,
I'm gonna
'cause
give you
depression
3
sucks.
guesses. No, it's about mental health and mental sickness more than anything.
Mm.
You know, I mean, I've kind of been toying around with this idea for a while, and then it came about last year. Not because of the pandemic per se. It wasn't inspired by the pandemic, but the pandemic opened up my schedule
Yeah.
That is
to kind of
Yeah.
get some shit done. And I mean, on that note, I've met a lot of people that are starting to branch out and pursue all these things. Like, I mean, you're an example too, where it's like, you know, I don't know if it was under the same circumstances, but it's like I've been talking to people where it's like, yeah, I've been thinking about doing this forever, and fuck it, I'm doing it now.
Schedule was clear, man. COVID set everybody down, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's like when people ask me how work's going, I just tell them it's getting in the way.
I like that. I'm still in
Yeah.
It's getting in the way of shit, man.
Respect.
Yeah, but I mean, every time I talk to somebody and they say, "Oh, what's it about?" I tell them, you know, it's about mental health and mental sickness and awareness, and just talking about it from like a firsthand perspective and getting people on there and sharing their stories. And 10 times out of 10, they say, you know, I know somebody, or I'm going through something,
Mm.
or I've had this in my past. 10 times out of 10. And I'm like, and you're asking me why I chose that topic? Not you, but the people
In
that are
general,
asking
yeah.
me. I'm like, that's precisely why.
Because
Because
it's hard to talk about.
it,
So, yeah.
yeah,
is.
and everybody's got some sort of, whether you're clinically diagnosed or you're just you know, you're going through some fucked up shit, sometimes you just need somebody else to be like, oh, I'm not that fucked up, because this is normal, you know. I
It's a
mean,
normal thing. We all get sad sometimes. We
Mhm.
all get sad.
yeah.
I mean, I remember. It's not even about being sad. But I'm always sad.
What?
Yeah, I am. Man.
Well, the
Always?
hopelessness, you know. I mean, like when you start to feel hopeless, it's like that isolation. Like I'm the only one that's ever experienced this, and I don't know. No, I don't ever want to burden anybody else with my problem, and it's not about that. It's like, nah, dude. Like, even if you can't speak about it, like maybe you can listen, and somebody will speak about it for you.
That's
Yeah,
real. That's
true.
real.
You know. And I want to have I've had 2 guests on so far, and it's like they've each spoken to something that I have no experience with. So that's more important to me, because I can talk all day about, you know, how fucked up I am and the battles that I've struggled with my whole life. But, you know, when I get people with different things, it's like I want my audience to be able to, you know, have somebody that can be an expert in that experience, because I'm not going to pretend to know, you know.
We all got our own journey and shit, man. You know,
Exactly.
shit, man. I mean, you know, speaking on like, you know, mental health and shit, man. That's very, like I always say, man, it's very prevalent in the industry that we work in, man.
Exactly.
You know, like that's
Yeah.
a big thing. I mean, even if we don't know, I mean, because most of us, I mean, we usually mask our shit with alcoholism, drug use,
Red Bull, fucking shitty diet, fast food, whatever.
definitely shitty diet. That is
Anything.
Thanks, Checkers. Thanks, Checkers.
This podcast is brought to you in part by Checkers, Sonic, and Gatorade.
ranch waters also, because ranch water's delicious.
Jesus Christ.
It is, dude. Yeah, I never had this before. It's really good.
But yeah, man, I remember when we were working at Finnick Pro. This is how I met Jason. Of course, you know, he was a chef, and like, you know, they introduced, but we never talked. We're in the back, and I'm like, "Hey, Jason." I said, "Chef Jason," and he was like, he looked back at me and said, "Did you just call me Gingerbeard?" I was like, "Nah, I didn't, but I am forever
But now, I am, yes, sir.
Yes, you are now Gingerbeard.
And I will wear that as a badge of honor, my man. Like, I fucking love, like, people will say, they're like, I think you got a little red in your beard. And I'm like, let me tell you about a guy I worked with a couple years ago, Gingerbeard. Not Chef Gingerbeard. It was just
Gingerbeard, man. Just Gingerbeard.
And nobody else. Just you and me. That was our thing. Yeah.
Gingerbeard,
man.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thought he was like this mean dude, man. Look, he's happy as fuck. Like,
Yeah. Well, you know, when I'm in the kitchen, I got a whole different demeanor, and my head is so far up my own ass sometimes that I can't even see the light
Get that
of
shit
day.
out and make sure it's right.
Sometimes it's not done. I gotta put it back in. But seriously, I mean, like, you know, Chad used to say that, where he's like, you know, I've always had a reputation, one that I'm trying to shake, of like being, you know, an angry
Chicago chef.
Yeah, you know, short-tempered, short-fused, unapproachable. It's a dying breed in this industry, hopefully, and from what I've seen, the next generation, you know, isn't dealing with that. I'm old enough to where the chefs that I worked for and under, I mean, there was physical abuse, there was verbal abuse, there were chefs that took personal pleasure in cutting you down in front of people and getting personal, you know, bringing up dead relatives, talking about your fucking sex life, like nothing was off the table. Like,
well, listen, you're not safe here. I just want you to know.
Oh, you just giving them a warning.
We might talk about your sex life, Jason.
Little heads up.
Christ.
We're gonna keep it cordial.
Taken. I'm sorry, guys.
That's funny. Yeah, you might not want to say anything that might incriminate you later.
We're all taking it sometimes.
I think I already have a couple of times in this.
So I got a question. So, when did you start cooking, and when did you realize you wanted to make it a profession?
Well, I'm still on the fence about that.
Oh, you're still in between.
I'm still 50-50. I don't know.
Decades later, still on the
I'm
fence.
still dabbling. Yeah.
So when did you start?
Well, my first job was in fast food, and I count that because you're dealing with ornery customers. You're dealing with numbers. You're dealing with consistency, stock, inventory, the whole thing. So anytime a cook would come, I would introduce or interview a cook. I'd say, well, where have you worked? And they'd be like, well, you know, I mean, Wendy's, but that doesn't count. And I'm like, bullshit.
Wendy's counts?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's hard work. That is hard work. Nobody gets away. Nobody gets a free ride working the fucking drive-through.
For sure.
Facts.
Tell me what you learned. And fast food, they are worldwide for a reason, and that's systems. So it's like, tell me about the systems that you learned. Tell me about the codification of the training program and all this. It's like, there's plenty that you can learn as long as your eyes are open. So, long story short, I started there and then just bounced from restaurant to restaurant and didn't really know what the fuck I wanted to do. And I started working at better and better restaurants. And it just so happened by accident, I was in the right place at the right time. I was dating a girl who was entertaining the idea of going to culinary school. And this is back before cell phones. And she got a call from the school and had changed her direction. She wanted to go into graphic design or some shit. She said, well, I'm no longer interested, but I think there's somebody here that might be. And literally handed me the phone.
Shit.
That's cool.
And from there, I was like, you know, well, I don't really got anything else going on.
Fuck it, why not?
You know? And I've always enjoyed cooking. And, you know, I only half joke about this, but it's like, I love to fucking eat. So
Same.
it was more about like, I want to be around food.
Free meals?
For me, you know? Like in middle school, high school, I always took home ec. They started like a food science program. In hindsight, it all looks like it's adding up to something like, oh, you were on this trajectory to become a chef. And it's like, no, man, I wasn't going to do auto if I could fucking make pasta. You know, it's like I get to eat 2 lunches at school. Fuck yeah, I'm going to go do that. Like,
shit, yeah.
So it was all just like purely by accident. And while in culinary school, I met some great people. Met a lot of shitheads, but I met some great people who were like, if you're serious about this, you really need to read this book. And they landed Cooking Confidential by Anthony Bourdain. And they said, read this before you continue into the next semester, because I kind of had a twisted view on what this industry was just through Food Network was just kind of building a ton of momentum at that point, and it was all happy-go-lucky. We're doing this. We're passionate. We're, you know, oh, you get so much excitement and fulfillment out of this, and you do, but
it doesn't look like that. Passion and fulfillment doesn't look like.
It's like a lot of people don't even talk about, you know, what happens behind the scenes. I mean, you get
it's
what
trauma. I don't want to talk.
Yeah,
about
you get what you want to see. What's gonna make you feel good at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody talks about the 40, 50 hours of labor that you might put in 3 days.
80. Oh, in 3 days. Okay. All right. I was like, let me stop you for a second.
In 3 days.
You got it. Yeah.
Like, shit.
Yeah. I mean, those things, the divorce rate in our industry is you know, what it is. And
I hate you.
half jokingly, I mean, I had the last restaurant I was at, somebody was like, you know, when is this going to become more on the, you know, when are people going to understand this a little bit more about the stuff we're doing? Appreciate it. And it sounds, you know, it sounds dark as shit, but to be quite honest, I was like, it's going to take more suicides and more mass shootings before people are going to understand what's going on. I can name on one hand how many chefs I know that have killed themselves.
You know, and you know what's crazy is that back of the house mentality, front of the house mentality. We deal with our depressions differently. Like,
absolutely,
like, man,
yeah.
Like Owen was saying last week, man. Like, yeah, you go and try to drink with some chefs after work. That is like, oh yeah, you bartenders, y'all think
it's
y'all
like
can
fucking
drink?
Mad Max, dude.
I'm serious. And then, but then you think about when people drink that much. I mean, you know, there's something under the surface, you know, and our industry is a little fucked up, but I wouldn't change what I do.
No,
you know?
And you gotta have. That's the fucked up thing, though, is like you gotta have a little piece that's unhinged, otherwise you won't be able to do it. It's this dichotomy of like, if your head is screwed on nice and tight,
You're not doing this shit.
why would you? Why the fuck would you do this? Nobody in their right mind would do
No.
this.
No one. We're fucking that shit crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
100% like I'm aware of my craziness behind the bar. I'm just like this. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm a little fucked up. It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
But you like it, don't you? You like watching this, don't you? Mm-hmm.
It's like a cocktail, you know, you gotta have balance. That's what
True.
it is. You can't have too much fucking mania, and you can't have too much depression, and you can't have too much drug or alcohol abuse. You just gotta balance,
You gotta balance
it out,
all of those
get
things.
your levels right, and you know what? Then you can dial into success.
Man, fucking shot the
Yeah.
balance, man. We
One day.
one day.
One day, yeah.
Shit, yeah, I had to take a fucking week off, bro.
The snow made me take a week off.
No, that was the
A week off from what?
before drinking.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
It was getting into high gear.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can ask Vic. That'll be another episode later on down the
Bartholomew.
road. Yeah.
Yeah, Bartholomew comes out. Yes, it was in high
Oh,
gear.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the alter ego.
Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate that.
At least I recognize I have one.
Dude, I was just gonna
you
compliment
recognize what you don't,
man.
but he doesn't remember what bar.
He doesn't
that's.
recognize it when he's in Bart mode.
No.
Yeah.
Because it's Bart. It's not me.
It's rough, man. But I'm a big supporter in taking breaks. You know, it's
Shit,
like you
yeah.
gotta recognize when it's happening, and I feel like the older we get, we're a little bit more aware of it. But
Yeah.
you
They-
know,
they
there's
keep me in
nothing wrong
check.
with fucking drinking, and you know, but some people can't drink. Some people are alcoholics, and I can respect that. Some people abuse alcohol, and that's when you're like, dude, you gotta chill the fuck out.
Yeah,
Like-
some people do that.
You know, you're ordering one more when we're all going. You're going home and you're pouring yourself another glass. It's
Oh,
like,
I'm telling
Yeah,
the one more
no.
girl, don't
Yeah.
judge me.
I don't really drink at home, man. That's my thing.
you know what my drinking problem is? I don't know if this is the fucking age I'm at or what, but I will crack a beer, and then I wake up the next day and it's half full
Half
waiting
full.
for me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't smoke anymore, but like, to me, like, smoking cigarettes, it was like the first drag. I just wanted to light that fucking cigarette and get that first drag was
Feel
the
that.
best. And I feel like when I reach for a beer, at like,
that first sip?
it's like you crack it
It's
open.
probably the sound.
That one, that's part of it. It's the
like-
whole aesthetic.
Like using your fucking hands to like accomplish a temporary goal.
It's the last accomplishment of your day.
Yeah.
It means your day's over, man.
Yeah.
You crack the beer, you sit down.
It's the punctuation.
The
Yeah.
sound of success.
Yeah.
I made it.
We made it.
Shit.
You made it through the day.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's like you're either sprinting over the finish line or you're tripping over it, but goddamn
It makes
you
sense.
made
You
it.
made it, man.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. But I guess if you were wanting to quit or stop, like how would you go about it?
How do you quit or stop in the restaurant industry? I respect a lot of people that like don't
Yeah, we
drink.
talked about that briefly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Because I work with a girl that doesn't drink at all, and you know she's dope. She's good at what she does.
I mean,
I thought Saturday was gonna be my last day for a minute because I was just so hungover. I punished myself. It was bad. It was one of those like the hangover didn't stop until around like 2:30 in the afternoon. I had to work through it.
Did I see you that Saturday?
Yes, because I fucking came to Rosemary like a dumbass and
Yeah.
came and guess what I did? I drank some more.
That was
and
me
I'll
yesterday
do it again.
morning. Brunch double,
Ooh,
fuck
no.
a brunch double.
9 to 7.
For the record, fuck a brunch double.
Straight on it.
Shit.
Man, you know, I guess I technically worked the brunch double. I mean, we opened I had to get there at noon and left at what?
No.
I left at 3 a.m.
No.
Noon
No.
to 3
It's
a.m.
not a brunch double.
I told him that doesn't count.
That
A
doesn't count.
brunch double
It's like
is
8,
like
9
fucking
o'clock, bro.
7 a.m.
Oh, fuck that.
you're-
Heating up syrups,
He
fucking
he's-
making batter, brewing coffee,
Yeah.
Ugh, that
Chef.
sounds-
sugar packet caddies, the whole bit, man.
That sounds disgusting. I would never do
Noon?
that. No, my
Yeah,
partner.
he got to sleep in.
You got a half day.
Did I get to sleep in? No, it's because I treat my body like shit. I did not get much sleep.
Oh.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, that's a different
Some
story.
water over there. If you
Woe
want
think
is,
anybody had to
woe
sleep
is,
with
woe is we.
Woe is we.
Woe is we.
Woe is us.
Yeah, Jesus
French.
Christ. I'm speaking for all of us.
Woe is we.
What was we?
Nah, Vic's actually the only one that don't ever really complain about his body feeling like shit. I do. Like, 'cause I know whenever I go hard in the paint, I'm like, I am not hanging out with Vic for like at least 2 days.
Oh, I woke up and I got out the bed and my legs felt like straight rubber.
You
It
just
was
gotta
like,
drink a little bit when
what
you're
is
hungover.
this?
I
The
tried
hair of
that.
the dog.
I
It's
tried
a
the
real
hair of the
thing.
dog.
It
Listen,
is
whenever I tell you that I was
sometimes.
I was dog sick on
You
Saturday.
throwing up and shit?
I was throwing up the entire time. Like I was like in the kitchen and I went to go grab somebody's food and like just the smell of the food instantly made me like I had to grab a plastic cup, throw up in the cup. You want to
That's
talk?
a trooper.
You want to
That's a
yeah?
fucking
You want to
trooper,
talk
man.
about like
Yeah.
hot flashes, cold flashes? I
Oh,
kept
yeah.
like and I kept going into the fucking walk-in cooler because it felt so good.
Yeah.
It felt so motherfucking good. I was like, this is the only thing that's might even keep me together right now. Because I literally thought I was gonna pass out. I was like, I haven't been like this in a fucking minute. Like I felt like I was in my 20s again. Like my 21st birthday whenever I went hard in the paint for like 4 days straight. That's what I felt like. And I was like, I just did this in one night. Like, it was bad. It was so bad. Like, I drank some water. I was chugging water just because I knew it was going to come back up. I was like, I just got to get it out of my system. Let me
Yeah.
get
Throw
this
up,
shit
man.
the fuck up. Let me just get it up and get it out, and I'm straight. I'm good. And then by the time that my relief finally got there at 3 o'clock, I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
my
girl. I was
God.
like, I'm over here like motherfucking good as gold now. Like, I'm straight.
That's all you need sometimes.
When you see that relief walking in the door, there's no greater feeling.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you're just like, hurry up, clock the fuck in, get your jacket off. I'm ready. I'm
Already-
ready to
already got
fucking
you
go,
stocked- I
man.
got you
Like,
stocked up,
side
bro.
work, nothing. Like,
You're good.
I'm out.
Everything's
I'm
good.
going. Don't care what the fuck you
Yeah.
need. I'm gone.
Deal with
Good.
it.
Have you ever? I'm pretty sure you have. You've worked like behind the line, hungover, preparing food.
Oh,
on a
yeah.
busy-
For about 10 years straight.
So how was that for you? How did that make you feel?
Well, you know, I mean, shit, man. When I was in my 20s, and I'm dating myself here, but when I was in my 20s, it's like, I don't know how. I don't know how. I used to work the fucking line in jeans. I
Why
worked.
do you do that?
Fuck that.
I worked in Florida in the summer, in jeans. And I was like, I look back and I'm like, how the fuck did you do? Why would you do
It's
that?
already humid as fuck.
I know.
Bro, you sweaty as a motherfucker.
And then I would go out afterward. Nowadays, it's like I'd go soak in a salt bath for like 2 hours.
Like, yeah, I'm good.
But I would just be like, all right, time to go fucking see what everybody's up to.
The 20s were great.
They were a good
I-
time.
I miss my
The roaring
20s.
20s. Boy, you ain't never lied. God, I hate being 30s.
Mm.
Ooh.
I like the 30s.
So-
30s are good.
I like
Felt
it
like a
though.
goddamn
they?
superhero out there in your
Yeah.
20s.
Mm.
Yeah. When you look at 20-year-olds, what do you think about 30s? I think it makes you reconsider your 30s when you see what 20-year-olds are doing.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, they're
20-year-olds
they're
now?
done. They're
Yeah,
done with
They're
that's what I'm
wild.
saying.
They got better knees than I do. I wish I had their knees. I'll say that.
Hot box skating.
I wish I had
Yeah.
their
No,
knees.
we ain't gonna go back.
Yeah,
Me,
that-
you know?
yeah.
No, I'm just saying I wish I had their fucking knees. They're good. They're doing TikToks and fucking like doing like all kinds of videos, just blowing
Dancing.
up, making money off of fucking good knees. I want good knees.
Pop
All I'm
locking.
saying.
All that shit. Yeah, I miss my 20s.
Like, listen, right now, if I even stretch my leg out, it's just a whole crick.
Mm.
Crick.
I heard that a lot
Work
today.
it out.
Arthritis. Ayo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I got fucking like something going on with my wrist, carpal tunnel or something. But like,
Bro.
if I'm doing saute pants too much these days or whacking my blade against the cutting board, there's days where like I'll go to pick up a saute pan and it just gives out.
I've had my fucking
See, I get trigger finger.
forearm like lock
Yeah.
up on me
Lock up?
while I was like stirring shit, and I was like,
I've been getting like,
yeah,
Right there?
all right there.
I feel like if I've been getting like tennis
Oh, my
elbow from
God.
like shaking.
we're just talking about our age right
Like
now.
this
Sorry,
shit like
Yeah.
really
we're
fucking.
pretty old.
It was like locked up like for a few days, and I was like, "What?" It was like
Mhm.
literally it had to be from like shaking tins, and I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hand literally
Yeah.
locks up like a pistol, man. You have
Crazy.
to like peel my fingers back.
Mhm.
There has to be some type of therapy for that. Like
That shit's on the way for you
we-
young
we-
listeners.
we-
That shit's coming.
It
That shit
is
is
coming.
loading for y'all
yeah,
ass.
enjoy that shit.
My
Enjoy your
God.
20s now,
Mhm.
please.
Push it hard.
yeah. Fucking,
Yeah.
yeah.
To get back to your question, I mean, I think it was just like, you
Fuck it,
just-
let's go.
Yeah, fuck it. I mean, like, go out all night and then turn around and be like,
It's not like you can't
wanna see
walk
how-
out the door when shit gets real. It's like
Yeah.
you have to just.
yeah.
Those
I mean,
shift
and
hours
that-
are wild.
Exactly. This is an industry where you don't get sick days. You don't.
Nope.
I mean, for the first 10 years, I didn't get a fucking vacation. I didn't ask for it, and I sure as shit wasn't offered it.
Bro. Oh, yeah.
It was one of those things where it's like, if you need a day off, you better fucking keep that shit to yourself.
Ain't no PTO.
Call out.
Yeah.
It's called calling out.
There's no
Yeah.
PTO though.
There is no PTO, man. I mean, that's one thing about an industry. Like, I wish they would do that, you know, at least give us like maybe like 7 to 10 days a year.
It's like I've been here
Yeah.
for a fucking year. I can at least get 3 days paid
I
off.
can never
Yeah.
guarantee my days
least
like
3.
off. If it was when I was like bar managing, like That was the only way I could guarantee my days off. And then even then, that was only during if I took
like, just-
vacation.
And then
I
people
still got
calling
called.
you.
Yeah.
People calling
Why-
you. It's not a
I'm,
vacation.
like, I'm across
Yeah.
the country.
Yeah.
Right. I'm
Totally
across
fuck-
the
yeah.
country. What can I possibly do for you at this moment? Like I set
Well,
everything
you can
up.
check your email for
Right.
one. Like, you know?
Like, I don't even understand. Like what am what
Have you
how
looked
am
at
I
the
supposed to help?
schedule?
You should have set up an auto reply. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every
it was-
time you get a message, figure it
Yeah.
out.
It wasn't
When I-
even just a
yeah.
message. I was getting
I'm not
phone
there.
calls.
When I learned that auto reply,
Yeah, I was getting
like,
actual
oh,
phone
shit.
calls. Like
You can auto
GM,
Okay.
AGMs. Like I was like, what? No, I said like this is no longer my
From the
responsibility.
AGM.
So if nobody is showing up to work, then it's on you to write them up and then figure it out. Also, if you can't like fill in that position while you're there as
You
a
gotta
manager,
work.
right?
It's like, why are
Like,
you here?
like exactly. I don't understand like why you
Yeah.
come into that
I'm
position.
gonna call you to like
And
make
I'm-
me
right.
feel better.
And I'm in
about going
Colorado,
in.
like, what-
Like, is
what the
that
fuck
what
am I
this is
supposed to
really
do?
about?
trying to get lifted.
Oh, you want me to get a
I-
flight back real quick
Real
and then
quick.
come work?
Or do
and
I
then
just
fly?
gotta
Okay,
juice
got
you
it.
up and like really be like, you can do it. You got this.
Even if I,
Is that what you did, Jason? What would you do when shit like that
If
happens?
somebody called me and I was halfway across the country,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be like, well, what part of it specifically are you struggling with? Like, what part of this, like, is it confrontation? Like, you gotta walk up to somebody and tell them that they're fucking up, or you gotta tell somebody that too bad you gotta come in and you're afraid that they're not gonna listen to you. Like, where's the problem, and what can I do about it from this far away? Because now if I step in, now it's just gonna be like, oh well, you ran and you told dad. Or you ran and you told mom. Okay, how much fucking respect are you gonna get now?
Yeah,
Zero.
man.
settle.
You
You
just
just
said a
fucking
word right
flushed
there.
it,
Yeah.
you know?
You
So I
just
mean,
said
like,
a word.
I mean, we can get into the leadership aspect of this fucking job and what that entails because that's its own thing. You talk
sure.
about management and leadership positions in any sector, there's their own stresses that come with it. When you tack on all the other shit that we deal with, and I don't mean to make it sound like I don't enjoy what I do and that there aren't some great things, but I don't
sounds
think
like you
that's what
enjoy it.
this
No.
This is what
podcast
it
is
is.
about,
That is
man.
being real. Like,
Yeah.
like,
It just
we are
comes with
here
the
to be
territory.
real and,
We're
like,
lifting
yeah.
the curtain on this fucking.
Yeah, it just
wizard.
comes with the territory, man.
Yeah.
It's like shit. Speak your
We're
piece.
fucking happy
Yeah.
about it, but it's some bullshit that goes on with
There's
every.
tons
A
of
lot.
shit that goes on, and when you tack on that, and for the record, I have always empathized, sympathized with front of the house. I was a busboy for 2 weeks and said, fuck this. This isn't for me. I replied to a cook ad, and then I showed up, and they were like, do you have black shoes, black pants, and a black tie? And I was like, nope. What am I going to a funeral? Like, I thought I was gonna cook. Do you have a white apron I could borrow? Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Cooking in suits.
Cooking
Yeah.
at a time.
And he was like, oh, well, the cook position has been full, but I want to get you in the door as a busboy. I do not do front of the house. My anxiety, I mean, I'll be taking plates away from people like this, shaking, and then having them say, I'm not done with that. And then you're like, well, fuck, man, I'm sorry. And I don't deal well. I don't internalize. Like, you, all right, then fuck you. You know, you're done. You're not done with this. Then why the fuck are both of your knife and your fork on the
Why
plate?
is it on the plate?
Yeah, why is it
Why is
slid
it on the
over?
plate?
And I was being polite. I didn't want to interrupt you and say, excuse me, are you done with this? I took the signal, the universal signal that everybody is, fuck
Yeah.
this, I quit. I quit. You can have it. You know?
Finish your fucking meal.
I'm gone.
I'm
No,
done.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
done.
bust your own fucking table, asshole. Keep that tip too,
Have a-
that I'm sure you were gonna give me anyway.
Have
you
a-
know?
have
Good old
have a
verbal
good
tip
night.
that he was gonna give you.
That's
Nice tie,
funny.
nice
Yeah.
black shirt.
Yeah, love the shoes.
I love the shoes.
Those shoes for Cruz? Is those,
Yeah.
those are-
I'm just curious to where this place was, where you had to damn near look like fucking Hitman to bust a table.
You are gonna fall out of your fucking seat when you hear this. This is not made up. It was called Al Capone's Hideaway
What the fuck?
in St. Charles, Illinois, and it was literally Al Capone's former hideaway.
It sounds
And-
like some Hitman shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
man. Like we should have had white ties, you know, like to go with that Roaring '20s
That
look.
sounds like a dope concept,
Go
though.
grab
Like
a
fucking-
sniper out the trash can. Somebody's dying tonight.
I can't believe you called it like where you're dressing like a hitman. Like
Shit.
Yeah, yeah.
that's so perfect. That's yeah, and fuck that job. But I will always empathize with front of the house because you got to deal with two fucked up worlds. You got to go at front and deal with the public who are always right.
Yeah, so they say.
And then you got to come back and then relay that to a chef or a team of, fucking guerrilla warfare cooks who are like, excuse me? You want what? Like,
especially when there's an unapproachable chef that
And I feel like and if you're gonna be that
I learned how
chef,
to
you
finesse
have to have
people.
the buffer. You got to have the one that's like, you talk to this person and this person knows how to communicate with me. If you have enough, insight to know that you're not approachable.
Well, like
because
expo, good expo is that's what
Expo has to
supposed
be fucking clutch.
yeah,
Your
yeah,
expo has to be clutch.
yeah.
Like
You
the
got-
chefs, like executive chef and the cooks can only do what they can do with what they're given. But the guy that's setting the fucking food out and making sure everything's correct has to be on. That's the last person that's going to see it.
And
Yeah.
that ought to be a chef. That ought to be the chef.
Yeah.
But going back to this whole leadership thing, you should also be a multiplier. You need to be creating these people that are going to stand up and understand when something is right and when something is wrong, and they can hold each other to it. There is no part that I loved more as a line cook than somebody saying, "Hey man, that's not how we do that here. Let me show you." Or seeing somebody new and it's like, "Oh, you're okay. So you're not gonna wipe that. Okay, you're just gonna, so now I know how you used to do it. Let me show you how you're going to do it."
Guidance. Let me guide you.
And then
that's real, though.
that's where you get culture. That's where it's like, okay, now we're all speaking the same language. Now we have this hive mentality of like, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. And that is when you found a great kitchen, and that great kitchen had a great leader.
Yeah.
He sounds like the Michael Jordan of like the kitchen.
Bro, Jason is dope, man.
He sounds like he played with the 96 Bulls.
You just have so many more
right.
Jasons in every kitchen, like everywhere. Like,
He has the knowledge, and I'm pretty sure he'll get in your ass if he has to. But he's not
It's
an
so
asshole.
different though for front of house though, because front of house I feel like guidance isn't given anymore. It's just like there's a lot of like, I'm better than that bitch. I'm better than that
It's a
dude.
lot of
Like,
that.
And you know
yeah,
what?
it's a lot
now.
of competition for no
It's a
fucking
lot
reason.
of
You
that
know what?
now.
I'm here to make money, and I want you to make money equally. Like,
I want to make money with you.
I want to make money with you. Like,
Right.
this is not a
Yeah.
competition, baby. I'm not here to take your money.
It's a fucking
I'm here to
team
like,
effort.
let's make some money together.
It's a team effort.
And like, let me show. Like, I'm here to like, if I've been doing this longer than somebody. I'm not being a snob about it. Like, yo, let me show you how to do this. Like, I'm all about working like smarter, not harder. Like, making
sure.
my job easier, making your job easier, making
But
us a
that
lot of
comes
fucking
with
money.
security, like confidence and self-esteem.
And there's
like,
a lot of these like
people who
people
don't
that come
have
into
that.
a lot of people that are coming into this industry.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, well, I can do this shit. And they come in there with this like cocky ass attitude. I'm just like, all right, cool. I don't want to knock you down yet. I'm gonna give you a couple chances. I'm like, all right, let's like kind of mold with each other. But then whenever you show me that you're not willing to like work with me, and you like it's gonna constantly be a thing where we're bumping heads, I'm gonna show you who's gonna bump your head.
Yeah.
See, my thing is, I'm like, why can't we all be hot shit? Like,
Yeah.
why can't we all be hot shit?
Right.
Like,
Build
And
each other
that's
up.
why I love this bridge between front and back of the house, because I look at it as, I would always say, like, there's one team. You got offense, you got defense, you got special teams, but god damn it, we win and we lose together.
yeah,
Shit, yeah.
yeah.
And I can't sell food if I don't have somebody to run that food,
Right.
to sell that food, to correct that food, to cook it and prep it,
To wash those dishes.
to wash the fucking dishes.
Oh. They're the goats.
Bro, that's the backbone of a restaurant.
They're
in my
the
opinion, man.
goats.
I've never, dude, if you got a great dishwasher, you fucking take care of that person. And I say person because I've seen some goddamn women that could fucking run circles around a bunch of lazy ass dudes
Yeah.
who are sitting on milk crates saying it's hot back here. Well, guess what, dude? It's hot everywhere.
Everywhere in this
Yeah.
kitchen is hot.
You know where it's not hot? Let me show you. Right out here by the dumpster. Keep walking. Keep going. All right, now take a left down that street. Keep going. You're almost there.
Bye.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's fucking
I
funny.
mean, that's a great analogy, man. It's
It
one
is.
team, man.
It
It's
is.
one fucking team.
A lot of people don't see it like that, though, and I don't get
No.
why.
I feel
Like,
because
well-
the industry's here so big, maybe because everything.
It's the market, man. I think it's the market.
One of the. I'm sorry.
No, you good. Go ahead.
One of the things that is very divisive is the pay structure.
Mm.
You know, a cook will work, you know, a 12-hour shift, and they're getting $12 an hour. Now, if you're working a brunch double, I don't even know firsthand the type of money you guys are walking away with. And I say you guys, I mean front of the house.
It depends on.
And now I know that you got to tip out a bartender. The bartender's got to tip out the bar back. You got a busboy. You might have a food runner.
Yeah.
You might have a back server, back waiter.
Mhm.
I understand all that, but at the end of the day, you are still gonna come out on top. When you see that cook at the bar at midnight smoking a cigarette in a dirty shirt, that
Got that
man
ass
or
kicked.
woman has probably made $70, $100 just fucking grinding.
Then got burnt so many times, fucking hot as hell,
And throwing out $100 plates.
Yeah.
and not seeing a percentage of that at all.
No. And then your front of the house comes and they got their little cute little aprons on, filled with money. And then they sit down, they're buying each other drinks like it's fucking, no, let me give you a courtesy and buy you a drink. And it's like, what? What? You, what? No, like, dude, I don't have, this isn't enough to spread around. Like, I'm rubbing two pennies
That actually
together,
puts a lot of
hoping that I
things
can
in
fucking
in
survive.
perspective.
I never thought of that.
A lot of
man.
people, we don't because we're not back there with them.
True. We don't. I mean, we don't get those paychecks either. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
our paycheck says this is not a paycheck on it.
Yeah.
Next
And
chef,
I've
next,
definitely seen those, and I know firsthand that, you know, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, when I'm handing out paychecks, it's like, what the fuck? But then it's like, well, that motherfucker,
This motherfucker-
pocketed $1,200.
This
you know.
motherfucker made enough
Probably.
money to get not a paycheck.
I
Yeah.
have seen more times than not. I've seen bartenders make more than the executive chef
Definitely.
in a week,
Definitely.
and again, they got to put up with a lot of shit.
yeah.
But I mean, there is no executive chef that is not putting up with shit at this moment.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like I did my fair share of work this morning and took a chunk out of my day off, because that's my responsibility. You know, that shit doesn't end. That's
That
not,
shit
I'm
is
not off the
crazy.
clock. I can't. You see, you can't roll silverware at your house, but you sure as shit can fucking write a menu.
Yeah. See, you know, is that something with COVID, man? Did
There's a lot
like
more responsibility.
were you doing any at home
Like
at home
freelance,
work
kind of
work from
stuff.
home type shit? Because I have some friends that were they were chefs and they took their talents and just started making like guerrilla
Yeah.
just
Oh, tons. I never did. I had other ideas, and to be honest, I mean, like, I don't know if you want to get into this at this point, but it'd be a hard left turn.
Well, we got time.
But
we got a whole another hour, man. We can take as many turns as you want, Jason.
well, at the start of 2020, I was conflicted with if I wanted to continue in this industry.
Weren't we
I
all?
was
Yeah.
burnt. This is before the lockdown.
Oh.
I'm talking January.
Before the
This
tornado.
is before the tornado. Yes. I was so burnt out from my last job that I was seriously like, I don't know what else I can do. But I sure as shit know that I am not capable of doing this right now because it has fucked me up. It has fucked me up.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. January 2020, I ended up going to the emergency room with a nervous breakdown.
Shit, man. I'm sorry to hear that, dude.
Straight from Expo. And yeah, I will give myself credit. I texted HR and I said, I don't know if I can do this today. And she said, you don't think you can come in today? And I was like, I'm on the motherfucking line. I'm in the restaurant. Like, I'm in the building. I don't know if I can do
This.
I don't know if I can do life today.
Yeah.
And, you know, they called in the cavalry, and long story short, a chef drove me to the emergency room, and I had a long talk with I'm already in fucking therapy and seeing a shrink and all this shit, and that wasn't enough. That was not enough. And I had a great talk with the psychiatrist at St. Joe's, and he was saying, this is great. He was like, well, what if I write you need time off. You need to recharge. He's
Don't
like,
need drugs, just need
you're
time
not
off.
sleeping. You're not fucking. You're on empty, and you've been on empty for months. Like, I had nothing in my tank for way too long. And he said, take time off. And I said, I can't do it. There's nobody else. We're short staffed. And he said, well, what if I wrote you a note? What if a doctor, a fucking psychiatrist at an ER wrote a note saying 5 days off? I said, I wouldn't take it. I can't. You don't understand what I'm saying. There's nobody else. My sous chef is going to work 7 days in a row, and then he's going to burn out. Like,
And
this is
homie,
dominoes.
But that's your homie. You don't want your homie to go through the same thing that you went through.
Right.
And you're like,
Right. And so, and that goes back with depression, where it's like, you don't want to be a burden to other people. You absorb all of this at your own detriment. But I finally put it back on him, and I was like, okay, so you're the head of your department. Okay. What do you think would happen if you took 4 days off and stopped showing up? Even if you needed it, which I'm sure you probably do. You're on your feet all day long, are you not? Yes. How many people answer to you? How many people look to you for the answers? How many people are coming through this door who need professional help, and you're that? Can you take fucking 4 days off? And like, I could see it click in his eyes, and his whole demeanor changed. It started with like, I got a clipboard and like, okay, name, weight, height, medication, medical history, family, diabetes, mental health, all this. And then when I said that, he put his clipboard down and he was like, I fucking get it. I know what you're going, like, you work one of those jobs. And we ended up boosting my medication 6-fold. And they gave me 2 days off to adjust, because that's a huge fucking adjustment to make. And I came back and I was like, man, I just don't know about this. And I was let go a couple weeks later. And I can't, to this day, I don't know if the two are related.
That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring the mood down.
Yeah.
No, it's fine, bro.
It's
I mean, you wanted Tales from the Walk-In.
Yeah, nah, man, this is what it's about. This is what it's about.
This is why we're here.
Man, cheers, man.
Cheers.
Hell yeah.
Fucking A.
I really do.
But it seems like you're doing better.
Yeah.
You seem like you're in a great space now.
Yeah, definitely night and day. I mean, the funny thing is, like, where I ended up, I was putting in my application, my resume, I was going on fucking shift gig, fucking culinary agents, all this stuff, and I was going through the motions.
Yeah.
I was like, if something bites, but I'm not fucking interested. I want to get my podcast going. I want to get my band. I want to fucking be doing.
You want to enjoy your fucking life.
Yes.
And not dedicate that
Isn't
shit
that
to
such
fucking
a
work?
weird fucking American idea?
Somebody wants to
it
enjoy
is.
their life? What?
Yeah.
You just don't want to feel like you're on a fucking leash.
Yeah.
Like, how many hours a week were you putting in at that job?
I'm
At
gonna
least
say
80.
80.
At least 80. And a lot of the time, and we could. Yeah, at least 80.
No, I'm just asking because that's how I was. I remember when I was working like 3 fucking jobs.
You work, all the
3
fucking
jobs.
time.
I'm a single mom. Like, I'm just like working my ass off all the fucking time. I'm a fucking bar manager. I'm like having to clean up my staff's mess.
But you're not doing it for you. You're doing it for your little one.
Exactly. But I was exhausted. I was working 86 hours just at one fucking place.
Yeah.
And that was between like managing and being like lead bar and like having to come in and like take over shifts whenever my staff wouldn't show up.
Yeah.
And I've had like plenty of times had my kids sitting at the bar while I was at work
Yeah,
because I didn't have a babysitter.
What are you supposed to do?
And I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
assholes,
What can
remember,
you-
I'm the mom. Nobody else has a kid, and whenever y'all don't show up to work, guess who has to come to work? Me. And I don't have a
Mom
shit.
has
I
to
don't
come to
have
work.
a fucking sitter.
Yep.
So my kids got to sit at the bar all fucking day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
And let me hit on that real quick, because if there's one fucking thing that I thought we were really going to get out of this pandemic was a clear identity of what the issues are with the working class.
Oh no, not at all.
It was like,
we're not getting.
Oh, well, we can't go back to
no.
work because our kids aren't in school and there's no childcare. It's like, well, hang on a second. It doesn't take a goddamn genius to fucking figure this out. Do you understand that has always been a problem? And now it's under a fucking microscope and you're still putting blinders on? The whole thing
Now
is
all they want
that,
to talk about is truancy.
yeah.
On virtual school.
Oh my god.
Man,
Perfect.
Mind blown. I had a meeting with the truancy
Truancy
board.
on
What?
virtual school
I had a meeting with the truancy board
because they didn't show up for virtual school.
because my son had 9 absences from virtual school.
Um,
I mean, you got to go to work. You got to make money. You got to.
I would say poor connection.
Internet,
maybe
And,
the
and
Wi-Fi
that's
is
exactly what it was. We had so
For
many.
real,
we
yeah.
had so many issues with the computer. Like I was literally like calling IT every day,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yo, here's the rundown." I was like, "I already got this pulled up," and they were like, "Oh, you've been on the phone with us multiple times." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "So I just need you to go in here and like reset this real quick, and then we can get
Yeah.
boom."
It's not even your fault. It's their
Yeah.
fault. Like, fix your shit on the
Nope.
back end.
Well,
And exactly.
And this is the thing that a lot of
fuck?
people don't understand either is we just assume everybody's got Wi-Fi and everybody's got a smartphone. I can't tell you the number of people that I've hired who can't read. That still exists.
Yeah,
Right.
it does. It does though.
Where you give somebody something and they look at it like this and they say, yeah, okay, looks good. And you're like, you know.
You just signed your soul over to
and I
me.
can
Thank you.
help you with that.
I mean, but in our
But-
industry, it's people that don't even speak the same language.
There's that too. But I mean, this whole thing with the Wi-Fi and this assumption that we all have access to the same things, we do not. And when you look, and I don't want to misquote because I'm not gonna pretend to be an expert, but I was told the number of people who do not have access to reliable Wi-Fi, and it is astounding. And if we're gonna go virtual, well, guess who's gonna thrive in that?
People who have Wi-Fi. People that have good internet connections or business. Like you got the good Xfinity package.
It would be the same. It would be the same thing as like, well, you can go to this school if you got transportation. It's like, well,
I'm still
not everybody
appalled.
has transportation.
I'm still appalled of the amount of people that I work with that don't have direct deposit. Like, is it because they don't know,
Well,
A lot of people don't have
I
bank-
think
bank
some
or
of
they
that is
don't want to do it?
I don't have direct deposit at the job that me and you both work at.
Because it's so easy to just set up a bank account online now. I mean,
But
is it a gap?
I kind of like to
Like-
let my check stack
Or do
personally.
people?
For a second job, I let a couple checks stack.
I
up
don't
with
want
me
to stack. I need to see what I've fucking made.
I mean, it's my
I
second
need it
job.
on paper.
I work there one day a week, so like that one day, let a couple of those stack up, and I go
It
pick
could
them up.
save you a drive. It could save you a lot of time if you just have it sent to your account.
I can speak
I just want to know why people don't do it. I know we're bouncing everywhere right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, the one reason that I absolutely do know is child support.
Yeah,
And if you're traceable, they're gonna grab it. But if you take it
Snatching that
to
check.
like a
a liquor
cash and
store,
loan or a liquor store or
It can't be found.
yeah, and I've hired plenty of people who work just long enough, and then they drop out, and I was like, it was like a fucking epidemic, no pun intended. But I was like, why in the fuck do I hire somebody? I train them, they're good to go, and then 2 weeks later they just stop showing up.
child support.
Child support catches up with them, and then they move on to the next one. and
That's
you have a grace
crazy.
period where that whole check is yours, but after a certain amount of time,
After they
they're
find
gonna
out you're
start
working.
fucking doing it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they just bounce.
Garnish it.
Yeah.
That's
mine.
that bull.
Well, I mean, is it though?
A little bit.
I mean,
A little bit.
Not
a
always.
little bit. I mean, because a little bit.
No,
I mean, can I
Wait a
get
minute. Now,
can I get
now,
an
wait.
option?
Are you saying it's not bullshit
I mean,
that
can I
they're
get an
garnishing
option?
it, or you're saying it's not bullshit to play the system and bounce from one to the next?
No, garnish. I'm
Well,
talking
yeah. You got to be, I mean,
Yeah.
like, you got to be
I
accountable.
mean, but I mean, I know there's some people that are like on like getting the shit in of the stick. I don't take out child support on
Proud of
mine.
you, because you're a boss.
Yeah, because that's
You're a boss
that's
B. I
you
can't
love
call you a
86-hour
B, but you're a
weeks.
boss. You're a boss
yeah,
B.
I love to torture myself. Also, he's just a piece of shit.
You hate free time. You hate being able to just have a day
Shit.
off.
Right.
Like, so,
No, but for real, like, so I
Yeah.
went through like a whole fucking like moment. Like, I didn't know how to not work. So if I was, even if I had a day off, I'm hitting people up like, yo, if anybody wants a day off, I'll take it.
yeah.
Like, I got into a really like weird rut where it was like I had to be at work because if I wasn't at work, then I'm thinking about other problems that I don't really want to like deal with. So
Oh, yeah.
let me go to work and just work through this shit because if I got more money in my pocket, then maybe I can take care of some of these other problems that I really don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
So let me just like become a workaholic and like drown myself in work and just
Yeah.
like and then go binge drink after working a fucking like 12,
And you know
14 hour
what?
shift.
That's like a commonality that we
Yeah.
all share. And what that is like, I don't want to be stagnant. I don't
Right.
want, if I stand
Can't
still
stand
for
still,
too
man.
long. Dude, how many
Same.
of us on our day off, like, turn the TV on, turn on a radio, turn on a podcast, get the oven going, turn on the microwave? Like, I need so much background noise.
So
I'm
much
I'm
shit
just
going on.
fucking, like,
I'm
drown
on my
it out.
Xbox.
I don't get out of my bed.
I'm on the Xbox
That's
and I got music
that's
playing.
my depression.
and-
Like I literally I'm just like, nope.
Yeah.
On this shit. Vic's always asks me if I go places like to eat and she's like, oh, you been here? I'm like, I don't go any fucking where.
Yeah.
Like, even when
Yeah.
I'm walking down the street to go to a bar, I throw in my fucking headphones, even if it's just a block away,
Yeah.
just to listen to something on my fucking
Just give me some
journey.
white
Well,
noise. Give me something that's just going to fucking drown it all
COVID
out.
was so fucked up. Like the lockdown was so fucked up for me.
Fuck you,
man.
COVID.
Yeah, fuck COVID. But no, because I'm definitely one of those people that I have to work, man. I mean, I've been working since I was like fucking 13 years old,
Yeah,
man.
You got a fucking awesome work ethic.
I have to just keep fucking working, you
Yeah.
know? And I mean, because my mind, when I'm off work, I'm like, man, my mind, the things that I don't want to think about, I
Yeah.
think about.
Then you're fu-
Exactly.
And that's really what last year was for me. It was a chance, like, coming out of this fucking nervous breakdown that I had. It was like, and then the country shuts down. It was like, okay, motherfucker, you got nowhere to hide.
You
like,
gotta deal with yourself, dude. That shit was so
these
fucking
demons
hard.
are coming out of the closet, and it's like it's about time that you fucking start looking them in the eye and figuring out what you need to do to course correct. And
Yeah.
that was, I immediately I downloaded an app that was like Elevate, which was just like brain games, learning vocab, learning math, getting sharper at fucking reading. I ran 1,000 miles in 2020.
Shit.
Just every fucking day, just hitting it. I was like, you got to do something every day. Thank you, sir. Every day you got to do something physical.
1,000 fucking miles?
You've got to do something mental. You've got to do something creative. You've got to do something
You're probably close.
that shows love to yourself or to somebody else. You've got to do those things because those are things that you don't do when you're working.
That's the big four
True.
things, man. You gotta do something physical. You gotta do something mental. You gotta do something creative, and something to show love to yourself or someone else. That's fucking insightful. You
Mhm.
know, people don't think about. We don't think about those.
That's
things.
gonna be the
I
quote for
don't
today.
think about those things.
Seriously.
I try to do them. Like,
but when
You're
you think
better
about-
at it than both me and Vic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
For damn sure.
Like, I fucking bought a guy a fucking wall block to charge his fucking phone up. Some homeless guy yesterday. $5. He was like, I just need this, man. My music went off and I just need something to charge it up. I was listening to it and it was just like bloop. And I was like, all right, bro, come on. Let's go. I was just trying to smoke a cigarette because I was working that big ass brunch double. Shit. But, yeah, no, those things are fucking important. I've been trying to get like this yoga session set up for the service industry people. I think me and my girl Allison, she's probably gonna be on the show soon. I want to do this big ass yoga event outside in the fucking parking lot.
I mean, do it at Centennial because you can socially distance it out at
Fuck socially distancing, man. We yogaing. Yoga-ing. Yoga-ing. It's a
Man,
word now.
I just want, before we get off, man, I wanted to take a shot to this, man. You got to do, to the people that are listening, man, you need to do something physical, something mental, something creative, and something to show love to yourself and other people, man.
Yeah,
Take
it
a
is.
shot to that,
Cheers.
man.
I'm surprised you
Yes.
remembered all that.
Cheers. Yeah, me too.
He's paying attention, guys.
I'm surprised he remembered, but hell yeah.
That's fucking.
It's a
That's,
game-
And I
that's
can't take
genius,
credit for
man.
all
It's a
that
game
because
changer.
I did hear that in an interview. There's an acronym for it where it was, and there's other things for it where it's like you know you got to read, you got to do some meditation, but I condensed it into that, and it was like, and you know my lady, God bless her, got me a planner, and I'm just a fucking scatterbrain, right? ADD fucking all over the place, right? And when I could write down my fucking day is like run 5 miles, make coffee, take your first dose. All right. Now you're going to do the dishes. Now you're going to read for 30 minutes. And now you're going to meditate for 15 minutes. And now you're going to do nothing for a half hour.
I need that.
All right. And then, you know what? Watch a movie, but don't feel guilty. Don't feel like, oh, I could be doing something else right now. No. Allow yourself that. You know? And so this planner fucking arranged my life. It didn't rearrange my life. It arranged my life. And then I would go back when I
Yeah.
came up with this, like, physical, mental, help me out.
Creative.
Creative. That was a quiz. You passed. Great job, Vic. Love it. I'm gonna put you right down here for an A+.
That's
But
funny.
I would, in retrospect, I'd go back over my list and then I would categorize. I'd say, okay, what did you do? Okay, you ran 5 miles. Is that physical? It's like, okay. And you know what? If there was something else that I did physical that day, I'd be like, you know what? Maybe that was self-love. Maybe you did 5 miles so that you could get outside and breathe some fresh air. And maybe you could just listen to music. And maybe you were helping yourself. So maybe that goes under love. And then it's like, oh, I made dinner. All right. Well, you offered that. You shared that with somebody very special. So now that's part of that. But that could also be creative. So it's like when you look at what you've done throughout the day, it's not, you don't get pigeonholed into this one thing or another, you know? Yeah.
Would you like to be my life coach?
For real.
Well, I'm glad you asked because I got these cards that I was looking at right here in my back.
I was gonna ask if you wanted to share your therapist though, for real. You want to share your therapist?
We need all of that.
Well,
I feel like therapy should be free in the service industry.
Yeah,
Like that
therapy-
should
I'm
be.
not gonna say that it should be free. I'm just saying that I feel like more people should be accepting to go to
Therapy-
fucking therapy.
There should be
Therapy
somebody-
available for healthcare. Therapy should be a part of healthcare.
There should be somebody sitting in your restaurant every fucking day,
because
no
we're-
matter if it's not the same person.
so
We're
many people's
therapists.
Like if you need to go talk to
Yeah.
somebody that's not your coworker, that's gonna be on a neutral ground, you should probably have access to that.
I mean, it would be nice just to at least get compensated for being other people's therapist.
That too.
Every once
That'd
in a
be
while.
great.
That'd be nice. I mean,
That too.
yes,
I don't
girl.
accept insurance, but I do accept
Right.
cash.
Cool. I'm gonna hit you up.
I mean,
All right.
I'm always cool to listen and kind of like throw some advice, but as soon as somebody starts crying on me at the bar, I'm like, all right, listen.
Like yeah,
Man, you know, I've had
The
some
tears
people-
make me nervous.
It's
I've
like,
had some
yeah.
people cry at the bar.
it's like you're done drinking here.
Yeah, get the fuck out, man.
Let me call you an Uber.
Hey,
forget
hey,
to tip,
hey,
motherfucker.
hey, calm those tears. It's okay. Relax,
But
relax.
sometimes you gotta cry at the bar, man.
You gotta
Sometimes-
let them. You just show them. Just direct them to the
Right,
bathroom,
like, all right.
and be like, you know
I think
what?
I probably cried. at
You're
the
You're gonna
bar
feel a whole
once.
lot better when you exit that door than you did when you entered.
Hey, girl, big girls don't cry, and also fuck him.
I
You're
have,
fine.
cried, I have cried at my bar so fucking much.
I've
No,
cried at
no
the bar
bullshit.
once.
I've at least cried at Rosemary at least 7 times.
What's wrong,
So
man?
here's
At
that.
least.
Need a hug?
Whenever he gets emotional, whenever
Sometimes I need a
like
hug.
the I love you Vicks. the Vic, I like Vic whenever he's like on his I love you kick, he'd be like,
Oh, when I get I love you,
man,
drunk?
yeah.
I've never heard
Man,
that.
Katie, you know, for real, no bullshit.
You were
'cause
drunk all
I'm about
those
to be,
times?
about to be
God
emotional.
damn.
I love you.
Man, I just,
I love
you know,
you
I
so
love
much.
you, and
The reason why I love
He
you.
tries to
you know?
sound so
Right.
tough when he says it. Just say I love you, bro.
it's
don't
like
know how to
he
sound
ain't
tough.
sounding
It's
it's his
a weird
voice.
dude.
His voice. It's the rasp.
his
It's the
raspy-ass
rasp, and
voice.
it comes out. It comes off aggressive. It's like
I
DMX.
love you.
It's like DMX. Like yeah, yes.
I love you, Katie.
Yes, I'm like, I love you too, Vic. Damn, calm down.
I mean, I'm calm as hell. I just
I
sound,
know.
you sound
But you know me, I'm just like, I feel like I'm always like super chill. Like I'm just very like Even whenever I am fucked up, I'm just like, all right.
I'm super chill with a raspy voice.
But then
It's
people
all right.
like want to talk to me a lot, and then I'm just like, that's whenever I like try to
Yeah,
like,
kind of like how what's her
I
name
kinda,
was
like,
last
start to,
night.
like,
It was like I
slowly
didn't
back
want to
away.
talk to you for so long. Like it was
Ooh,
good.
you talking
We're not gonna say any names.
Oh,
Can we bleep some of this?
Oh, yeah, we can
oh yeah, don't you
Yeah,
worry,
Yeah.
don't
It's
you
like, it was cool
worry.
seeing you. You ain't got to sit beside me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like move. Came here to chill.
I feel like I begin caught up in like a lot of awkward situations whenever I go hang out at Rosemary.
It's a great place to be socially awkward.
It's not even him, you know. His roommate kind of put me. I got caught. I had to hang out with his roommate's friend.
Oh yeah, you did.
I don't know what the hell she's
No, I'm just
We're just
saying,
gonna
like,
sit back
it,
here
nah,
and
it was
for a
just like,
minute.
it was one of those moments. It was one of those moments where I was like, I'm just, no, I was just chilling at the
Tag us
bar.
back in when you're ready to
No, we're
continue.
still on the same page, guys. Listen, I'm talking about I had to be somebody's therapist that I didn't want to be.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know the girl. She's kind of like tagged along with me from somewhere
Yeah.
else, and I was like, I don't really even know her like this.
No, you got
And
a stray
then,
dog.
yeah, and then she was like talking to me about like relationship problems with somebody else, and I was like, yo,
I'm not your friend.
Dude, all you
Hey.
gotta
I
do
don't
is say it
know
out
you.
loud. You're saying it to me. Now go say
right,
it to
and I'm just
yourself
like, now
over
you're
there and
fine,
figure
now
it
you're
out.
Go ahead and
good,
talk about it,
right?
man.
I'm like, now you're fine, now you're good. But then whenever you keep dwelling in that same shit and you keep trying to pull me into the same, I said, girl, don't talk to me about. You need to talk to him about that because I can't help you. I can't help you with that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is the thing you don't have to deal with in back of house.
No, you probably do.
Well, because you know.
I mean, you see
Wait,
this- you see most of the same
You know the
people.
chefs be fucking the servers, man. The new
No,
servers-
that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, my bad.
They
My
see
bad,
the
my
same
bad,
people
my bad.
mostly every day. We see different personalities almost
No, this is
every 5, 10, 20 minutes.
I thought
This,
chefs was
let
fucking
me
the
let me
servers. I
let me
really
put
did.
it
I'm
into
not talking about that.
perspective. Let me put it into perspective for
I'm
you
listening.
because
I'm listening.
it's the same, but it's different. You guys are going to be dealing with strangers, the general public.
Yeah.
We're counselors to our staff,
Right.
and we
Okay.
see them every day. And sometimes
It's
you
the
get
same
information that you
shit.
did not I didn't
You
sign up
asked.
for this, man. I don't know what's going on in your house. I don't know who your wife is seeing. I don't know what your kid
Fuck.
is doing. I don't know that your fucking brother-in-law is stealing from you. And now it continues. Now they're like, oh, well, I can go
I can go talk
Chef.
to this person.
Yeah, and
Okay, I resent my statement.
it's every single
Moth
day.
to a flame.
It's gonna be like, all right, man, and you gotta, the one of the hats that a chef wears is fucking counselor. You gotta be more.
Okay.
It's mental chess than it is anything else, man.
We don't see that, man. We don't
I'm
get
sorry.
to see that. We don't get to
Bro,
see because we're in
shit.
front of the house, you know.
I've had so many people, countless people, pull me into the office, say, "Chef, I got."
Right, because you're the only person they get to go to. They don't get to go to like the front of house staff because they're not like interacting with them.
or they don't
Right.
have anybody. To
right.
you're
Exactly.
probably
So like they come to
level-headed.
you. Yeah, they're used to seeing you. They're like,
What did you just say?
they trust you.
I'm the most level. They're like,
In your element.
maybe he'll just hit me over the head and it'll all go away. Oh my God, level-headed. That's one thing that I don't think I've ever put on my resume.
Oh man, no man, you good. You're solid.
You pour this shot.
I poured the shot.
Yes, and we haven't taken it. Let's.
Oh,
You,
well, shit.
oh, you drank yours?
I guess somebody did.
Oh, you two must have fucking cheers
I did.
yourself.
I got some in there.
Hey, I'm a good guest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
wanna
No,
be
appreciate
bro,
it.
back.
you've been fucking awesome.
Appreciate that.
I mean, Jason,
You've been
man.
fucking awesome, bro.
Dude, like, I thank you so much for coming in, man. Just first
Yeah.
and foremost, man, thank you for all the help that you've helped me, Katie, and Clay with, man. You know, I think that, like,
Did he help me with anything?
yeah, man. We didn't know about Buzzsprout until
Oh, that was all him.
that's all him.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I was like, what did he help me with? I don't even have his number.
Oh,
That's how good I am. I'm just out there
God
in the
damn it.
void.
But man, yeah, I just want to say thank you, dude, man.
You're
Like,
definitely welcome. I mean, like and what would I say? I think you'd be great at it. But let me really like give a shout out here. Like
Damn, come on.
this
Katie.
dude that I was mentoring, every fucking night. This was my first chef's position, where the executive chef left and relinquished his position to me. And that's how a lot of people move up. And I'll be the first to admit that I moved up a little bit too quickly. I don't think that I was ready, but I had that fire where I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to do it. You handed me the torch, and I'm going to keep it fucking lit. And God damn it, I did. I managed labor, I managed the fucking food cost, and I did the best that I could with what I had. That being said, I was not prepared for the mental toll and everything. And being a leader, I was like, well, I'm the best cook in this kitchen. I could fucking be the chef. And it's like, no, son. Like, there's so much more. And every day, getting back to this thing about Tales from the Walk-In, after every shift, it was either him crying in the walk-in, and I was consoling him, or it was me, and he was consoling me. And there's still knuckle prints on that walk-in door that belong to me, and I'm not proud of that. I'm not bragging about that, but that is a fucking fact, and I have to own it. And there were so many times where he and we were just so passionate about it, and we would just, at the end of the shift, we would just fucking be like, why are you so fucking hard on me, man? And I'm like, it's because I fucking believe in you, and you're better than what you've been putting out tonight.
Man, isn't that fucked up? Like when, because I'm in the process of training someone right now, and you know, I think yesterday was the first time that I gave him props, and he felt really good about it. But usually I'm like, man, you got more than that in you, you know, like I mean, I'm not being a hard ass on you. It's just like, you got more in the tank than that, man. You know, like.
Yes, I know exactly, man. And that's the thing is like being. It doesn't matter, chef, front of the house, back of the house. It doesn't matter. Being in a leadership position, it's about being a coach. And this is where people get it fucking twisted. Is if I'm, dude, I played football for like 5 years. All right, I wasn't good. I didn't do. I'm a chef now, right, with fucking head injuries. But let me just make this fucking clear. When my chef would grab me by the face mask and be like, "La Iocona, you're fucking up," I'd be like, "Yes, coach, I am." He's like, "Stop fucking up," and you're not like, "He was mean to me."
You're like, "No, I was fucking up."
No, like. All right, I'm going to go out and I'm going to correct this right now by fucking sacking that dude and showing him that not only did I hear what he said, but that I can do it.
And put it into practice, you know?
Yeah. And you know, in football, it's like you have an ability to correct more quickly and show results, you know, but in the kitchen situation, it's like, man, you're going to get butt hurt. You're going to get a little bruise. I'm sorry, you've been spanked a little bit. Walk it off, talk shit to the other cooks, tell them how mean I was to you. But you know what? When you lay your head down at night, maybe what I said had a little bit of truth to it. Because I'm not one of those chefs that I worked for where they took great pleasure in belittling you. All right? Because I don't belittle you, but I will tell you the truth, and the truth fucking sucks sometimes. You know,
the truth sucks most of the time. Actually, man.
98% of the time.
I would say 98. Yeah, that's a solid 98. Yeah, but I mean, I also had some great chefs that just did. I wouldn't be where I am today without them, and I stay in touch with them. And they are, some of them got out of the industry. God bless them. Some of them traded teams, and now they're selling equipment back to the industry, and I'm like, who's pimping who? What are you doing? Like, oh, I gotta call you for an oven? What? Excuse me? How much for installation? Oh, you're gonna throw in installation?
Oh, you're gonna
thank you.
Just because you know.
Oh, don't do me any favors.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but you know, there as many fucked up chefs as there are out there. There are some really great people, and I try to remember all of them and keep them close to my heart when I'm cooking. You know, you gotta be humble. I didn't get to where I am because I'm fucking fantastic. You know, I got to where I am because I didn't fucking quit, and because I had people that didn't quit on me when they wanted to. When they wanted to be like, you know what? I can't take one more fucking day of you breaking that Beurre Blanc. I can't take one more fucking day of you not suicide wrapping your goddamn six pants. I can't take one more goddamn day of you leaving the oven on when you leave. But they did.
Who the fuck is doing that?
That was me. Long time.
Just leaving the oven. I'm like, fuck it, I'm done here.
Yeah, like.
Or not remembering doing so much other shit that like
Yeah.
the
Let me
oven.
leave this bitch on the cool 400
And then I'm
degrees.
thinking like, well, why don't you have a checklist? And they're like, motherfucker, we do have a checklist. You just never check it off. You see this column that's blank? That's your shift. Sorry, chef.
Might guys. Might
Fucking A. Checklists, they are very, very fucking important.
All right, man.
We're gonna wrap this up.
We are
Yeah.
gonna wrap this up, man. This was episode 3 of Tales from the
I
Walk.
think people know what episode it is once they click on the link.
Well, it doesn't even matter. We're gonna keep. We're just still
Well,
gonna
you know,
say
we're
it.
gonna leave that shit in there just cause shit you say, the shit you say.
Because I'm an asshole.
Yeah, the asshole. But I do want to thank,
This is
man,
Bart.
Jason la Iocona for coming in
That's
and
his
being
last
like
name.
that is
Close.
his name.
It was close.
I was
It
close.
was- it was
I
good.
fucked it up again, didn't I?
It was good enough.
All right,
It was
cool.
good enough.
Can you pronounce it for us?
No, I have a hard time. I'm kidding. La Iocona.
La Iocona.
There you go.
There we go. Jason la Iocona, man. Thank you so much for coming in here and fucking with us, man. And
Dude, it was a pleasure. I fucking love it, man. I hope to be back, and I can't.
Hell yes.
I can see the success that you guys are gonna have, and I'm really, really excited to
God
be
bless.
on the
Preach.
3rd episode of this.
God
Like
bless.
this is just getting started. So,
God bless.
my thanks to you.
Thank you, Michael.
See?
Yeah.